So happy new year to you guys. It feels so good to be back on my screen and not to waste anybody's time. Um, we're doing something slightly different this year, and what we are doing majorly is to document all the trades that we'll be taking this year. I've already started documenting it on my notes, but I just thought it's going to be better to share to the public. So it's going to be quite hard because I'm not one that likes to come online as much, but I just decided to take a different turn this year. So you guys should just enjoy as it goes. So the way it's going to work is every trade that is taken all through the week will be recorded a day after. It's not like I'll be recording every single trade. So from Mondays to Friday, we'll just do a recap on Saturday or Sunday. So I'll be taking the record of the previous week and I'll be uploading it every Sunday or Saturday, depending on how free I'm going to be. So we'll start with the past 2 weeks since we could not record for last week. And I'm hoping that, like I said, I'll be able to see it through to the end. So quickly, let's go to the chart. You would have seen that, like I said, all trades were documented, right? All trades have been documented. And firstly, we had a buy, signal on gold. That's XAU USD. This was my first trade for the year, but sadly I was unable to take it. And how did I get the trade? Here it is. I saw the setup on the 1 hour time frame. So this is it. This is it. Yeah. So at first I saw this setup, but it was invalidated, and eventually it came for this V-shaped key level here. So I was expecting price to come and snipe it, but I'm not one that always hops into trade. And again, I always check it with my Fibonacci retracement. So can you see it's sitting on the 88.6 Fibonacci retracement? That's where I got my first entry from. And to refine it, you'll see it was a very amazing trade. To refine it, or to get a better entry, I went down, or an entry confirmation, I went down to the 5 minutes time frame. Here you go. And I looked for a key level also, or we could also call it a support zone, where price was resting before it got invalidated. So immediately I got a retest to that zone. You would see it, like I said, it's also a key level. It's a key level here. Immediately price came back to retest that zone. I got a clean entry. But I was scared when I entered this trade, majorly because the year was just starting and I felt that the moves were not ready. So what happened was, it was supposed to be a 1 to 9.65 risk to reward trade, but I closed early, sadly, and I could not benefit. I closed at about 1 to 2 risk to reward, so I just made like a little amount of money. Mind you, I took this buy signal majorly because I thought this liquidity was already taken out. But yes, I was invalidated before I got this major entry. So immediately I made back the loss. I just ran out of the trade. The second trade we had was on CHF JPY, and this is its same strategy. So let's go to the chart. CHF JPY. CHF JPY. But the amazing thing about this trade was, it was the spread that took me out. Eventually, yes, my entry was invalidated, but before the thing even got to my zone, the spread had already taken me out. And this is where I got the entry from on 4 hours time frame. I guess, if I'm not mistaken, please, sorry. 4 hours time frame. Yes, I saw this key level, if I'm not mistaken, here. Key level, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there's an A-shaped key level. So what I saw here was an A-shaped key level after liquidity was taken out. Liquidity was taken out, then an A-shaped key level formed. And what did I see next? I saw liquidity resting here. I saw another liquidity resting somewhere around here. Right? So I was expecting that this was more like my, this was like my protected high. So it was like my protected high. And I was expecting, price to give me a sell to the downside, which was somewhere around here. So stop loss above here and entry, somewhere around here or something. But what happened, I was invalidated, and it's a normal thing in trading. So not all trades have to come out perfectly, for as long as, you have a reason why you entered your trade. So since that was invalidated, I'm still looking for an entry somewhere around here. I'm hoping it happens this week. I'm hoping it happens this week or whenever it wants to happen. Same thing. So what is happening currently? Key level here, overlapping with an imbalance around here, and another liquidity has formed. So I'm expecting price to give me a clean entry since liquidity has formed around here. So that was like a loss, and the way it's working, I'm risking about 2% because I'm experimenting this whole challenge with a $200,000 prop firm account. So I took, like I said, on that one I lost about, on the first entry on gold, I lost about 1,000. So I made it back on that one. I made about 2,000. And on this one, I lost about 4,000 since I was risking 2% for 4,000 US dollars, right, on my prop firm account. But yes, what was the next trade that I was taking? So that was a loss. The next trade I saw was on USD card. Again, what happened on this trade? I shifted my SL too soon. It was an amazing trade. Same thing, same type of trade I used to, take. What did I see here? I guess my entry was on the 1 hour time frame. And what did I see? I saw, like I always say, a key level. Liquidity was grabbed. Liquidity grab here. Then a key level. And it was what? A key level. I drew out my Fibonacci and I saw it was sitting very good on the 61.8 key level Fibonacci retracement. So what did I do? What I did was, mark out my key level, which was here. Can you see there was liquidity sitting above? And what did I do next? I got my entry. My first entry was right here. Let me cancel this stuff. My first entry was right here with my stop loss sitting above this previous low. My first entry was right here and my stop loss was around here. My take profit was around here, which was the minus 2.27.0 Fibonacci. But what happened? So again, what I did again was to refine my entry. So again, what did I do? I went down to the 15 minutes, either 15 minutes or 5 minutes time frame. And what did I do? I saw a key level somewhere around here. So you guys can understand better. Let me do it here. So so it happened around here. Let me just cancel so you can understand better. So mind you, like I said, this is the first key level that I took my entry from, but I saw a key level here also serving as like a zone, a support zone. The price was taking its support from. So what happened? Immediately I saw price coming back. Price has already given a break of structure here. Immediately I saw price coming back to take an entry. What did I do? I just shifted my SL to here. But what happened on this trade? I had already taken an entry here. and immediately price gave a break of structure. I was not expecting it to come all the way down since price had already moved from this zone. I was not expecting it to give a break of structure. So what happened? I already shifted my stop loss to entry. And what did price do? Price came all the way down to take me out at break even on this trade. But it's a normal thing in trading. It would have been an amazing 1 to 7 risk to reward trade. But I was taking out. That was another trade I took this this week, previous week, so to say. Another trade I took was on GBP card. The one I now decided to hold hit my stop loss. GBP card, yeah, here it is. I took another entry on GBP card, so here it is. Same entry strategy, just that price decided to, act funny. It's a normal thing. So okay, so let me first show you the entry criteria on my notes. GBP card, here it is. GBP card, so here it is. Price already took out liquidity, right? Gave me a key level, a V-shaped key level around here. A V-shaped key level around here. And what happened? Can you see something around here? So I had this entry marked out, and what I was expecting was that this was going to serve as liquidity for me. This was going to serve as my liquidity point. This was going to serve as my liquidity point for price to come and invalidate. So I had my entry. Also, I guess I was looking at another entry around here, just that I cannot remember what happened. Okay, I guess it was, yes, so this was what I was looking at. This liquidity that was created. Key level was mapped, break of structure to the upside, right? Fibonacci retracement here, liquidity sitting around here. You remember this, it was something like this that I had on gold, right? Liquidity sitting around here, key level around here, and overlapping with 88.6 Fibonacci. So I had my entry somewhere around here. I had my entry somewhere around here. But yes, normal market, this thing. So I wanted price to take me all the way in up until this zone. But price did its thing. So somewhere around here was my entry. But price did its thing, invalidated me. And yes, that was it. So maybe this might just be the re-entry, since price has come back to retest that zone, which is somewhere around here. I just didn't bother taking the trade anymore, since that was what happened. But this might be what will be happening on GBP card. I'm not sure, but yeah, just maybe this might be what will be happening. Let me check the lower time frame to see if there's going to be any entry. But something like this might just happen. But which other one was taken? GBP card, I hit SL. That was minus 2% again. Can you see? Yeah, can you see somewhere around here? So I lost the trade. And lastly, my recovering trade, that pained me a whole lot, because this would have given me all the amount I lost. It was on gold. I remember vividly. And this is what happened. I saw this break of structure. I'm coming, please. I saw XAUUSD. I saw this pained me a whole lot this week. So what did I see? Same thing. Price already formed liquidity taken out, right? Liquidity was taken out, and after that, what did we see? An A-shaped key level somewhere around here. A-shaped key level somewhere around here. An obvious break of structure to the downside, right? A-shaped key level and a break of structure to the downside. I was not, in all honesty, I was not expecting price to come all the way down, all the way back up to this key level. I was not expecting price. All I was expecting price to do was to give me an entry around 61.8 Fibonacci, and price did that very clean. So can you see somewhere around 61.8 there was so much indecision flying around, and I remember vividly what I saw was on 15 minutes time frame. 15 minutes time frame, I remember vividly. And what did I see? Same thing, key level. Can you see what happened? 15 minutes time frame. Price gave an A-shaped key level here, somewhere around here, and liquidity grab, as liquidity was already taken out. See what happened? It was so clean. It was so clean. Liquidity grab, and see what happened. All I was expecting was for price to take me in. Price should just take me in, give me a clean entry somewhere around here. It was so clean. It was about 1 to 17 risk to reward, if I'm not mistaken. And from where all the way to minus 27.0 Fibonacci, which was somewhere around here. I remember it was a 1 to 17 risk to reward. But, you know, price has a mind of its own. See what he did? Price came very close to my entry, and, you know, it didn't take me in. But overall, from what we can see and the analysis that was given, you see we had fantastic analysis. But, you know, we are emotional beings as traders, and sometimes it's just bound to happen. So yes, whatever happened. I'm anticipating some clean trades this week. So last week I had minus 5% on my trading account. That was from which one first? I guess it was, let me check the record again. So I guess I hit a stop loss on CHFJPY. I had minus 2%. I had break even on USD card. I had another stop loss on GBP card. That's like another minus 2%. So that's minus 4 point something percent I had on my FTM or PropTM account. But if I was to go, or if I were to go according to the setups I had, I would have been up about over 10%, because I had about 1 to 9 on gold, but I ran out. I had minus 2%, that's 7%. I would have been back to 7%. Then on USD card, I had about 1 to 5. So that would have been 7 plus 5, that's 12%, right? But like I said, we are emotional beings, and it's okay to have, you know, all these emotional up and downs from time to time. But it's just to understand the reason for my losses and the reason why I'm making money. This week, what I'm looking at is CHFJPY, CAD CHF. CAD CHF, I'm looking for a buy on CAD CHF. Same analysis, same strategy, everything is just the same. CAD CHF, I want to be sure I'm right, because I already set my pending order. I want to be sure I'm right, please. Sorry. CAD CHF. Okay, I remember I had another one on S&P 500. I had another one on S&P 500. S&P 500 was an amazing one also. What happened? You can see there was a key level somewhere around here. Just that I didn't take this entry. I didn't take this entry majorly because it was it triggered around 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. on Friday night, and there was no need trading that. So key level here, liquidity has already formed somewhere around here. So what did I do? Can you see? Price gave me a clean entry. First thing that happened, engulfing around there. So this would have been my first entry, engulfing on the 1 hour time frame. I would have just entered somewhere around here, it was a very clean trade. Engulfing somewhere around here, shift my SL above this high and ride it all the way down. Interestingly, this market gave so many opportunities. See what happened next. This happened on Friday night. See what happened next. Another engulfing somewhere around here. Engulfing around here, right? And see liquidity resting above. And what next? Entry was so clean somewhere around here, and this would have given me a very perfect, I would have gotten 2 entries, but like I said, the time that this happened was not really comfortable for me, so that's why I didn't take those entries. But this is what I'm looking at for this week. If price comes all the way back here, best believe I'm going to take an entry and ride it all the way down. It's a 1 to 12 risk to reward trade. I know I have an entry on CAD CHF, but I don't know why I'm not seeing it. Okay, I think it's on the daily time frame, if I'm not mistaken. On the daily time frame. Yes, daily time frame, I remember. And what is it? Can you see? Movement to the upside. Movement to the upside. That's one. Then followed by a key level. You'd agree with me by now that this is already a key level. Key level, right? Although I would have loved for price to come and take off from here, but can you see another key level has already formed somewhere around here, overlapping with our 88.6 Fibonacci, right? I would have loved for price to come all the way down, but since price was not going is not going all the way down, it's already looking like the movement has already started. So either of these two things will happen. Either of these two things, best believe. Either this low is taken out, and price gives us something like this. Either this low is taken out and price gives us something like this, or price moves from here. So either of these two things will happen. Either price moves from here, or price moves all the way down from here. But what would I be looking at? Entry from here, stop loss here, and exit somewhere around here. I'm sure by the end of this week we'll be referring back to this trade to see how it happens. But yeah, that said, I wish you all an amazing week. Thank you for staying till the end if you did, because you know it can be boring sometimes. But yeah, that's it pretty much. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at S&P 500 sells. I'm looking at CAD CHF. Either it comes all the way down here, it invalidates this, or it invalidates this and buys all the way up. It's a 1 to 9 risk to reward trade. So yeah, like I said, thank you so much for staying till the end. Overall, if it wants to maybe act weird, it might go all the way up to minus 27 Fibonacci. But yeah, that's it pretty much. So yeah, attached to this video would be the results on the FTMO account. I'll just put it so you see that all trades were taken. Yes, emotions were, you know, up and down at some points, but eventually we had amazing setups. But you know, due to my emotions, because it was the beginning of the week, I didn't take some of them. But yeah, that's it. Cheers and God bless, guys. Thank you so much.